Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hello Aries rising, how are you? Welcome to your June 2021 Astro Tarot update. My name is Tessa and you're watching my channel. Before we get into it, I have a few things to say. Well, we did have our super full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius very, very early this morning. Don't know what side of the world you were on. I think that Australia had the greatest visibility. I was sleeping and I was kind of not feeling optimistic about really being able to see it, but I might head out to the beach tonight and see what's left over of our full moon. It did start to wane already. If you are new to my channel, I do spiritual guidance, okay? So definitely we focus on the energies at hand, the energies that are coming up through the cards so that you can better understand the different areas of your life and what kind of attention is needed in those areas of your life, okay? So what we're going to do over here is, so this is based off of your rising sign, okay? So just make sure that you are an Aries rising. I pulled up the current astrological chart according to your rising sign, okay? So the way we're going to do this is we're going to pull cards from the Astro Soul Oracle deck. We're going to see what astrology cards are coming out, match it up with the chart, and we're going to go from there to see what area of your life exactly is coming up through the cards, and we're going to talk about them. I'm also going to be using the Creativity Oracle, which is a deck I have not used on my channel yet, so I'm really excited to use that. It's a little messy. It's a little messy to shuffle. They remind me of slinkies. They're kind of like metallic and they're very slippery, but you know, we're going to make it work. And then I'm using the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck as well, which is also like a very slick card. They're very slick, okay? These cards are very slick. Sometimes they fly out of my hands, but I do like to shuffle the cards before I start doing the reading. So I'm going to shuffle all three decks before I actually start pulling the cards. So that's how we're going to do that. And they are pre-shuffled, but I like to give it another shuffle on camera, okay? Just to get those, like, you know, just to get those specific messages through. I also, I have my information down below in the description box if you want to email me. I do personal tarot readings. I do birth chart analysis as well. If you live in Chicago, I am totally open to doing an in-person reading. I haven't done that yet, but I think it would be really cool to do an in-person tarot reading, so let me know. Please consider donating if you really like my channel, you know, even if it's just like a couple bucks, that would be awesome. Yeah, I did get a part-time job, so, you know, at least I have money coming in, but I definitely want to keep this channel going and keep producing content for you. So yeah, support me. Let's see, what else? I am about to celebrate my 1-year anniversary since I started this channel. I started doing this June of 2020, and coming June of 2021, it's going to be 1 year, so I'm kind of trying to get to 100 subscribers by June, but if it doesn't happen, that's fine. But if you want to help me out and celebrate my 1-year anniversary by being a subscriber, that would be awesome. Okay, that's enough about me. We're going to get into you guys, okay? Alright, so let's give these decks a little shuffle and see what's going on for you, Aries. What is going on with my fellow fire signs? Whew, man, I can really talk. That's because I have Mercury in my first house. And I'm a Sagittarius. Okay, what energy does Aries need to be aware of for June 2021? Tell me what energies Aries needs to be aware of for June 2021. Got so quiet all of a sudden. What energies does Aries need to be aware of for June 2021? Mystic Mondays Tarot. What energies does Aries need to be aware of for June 2021? Wow. Wow. If I was like any other tarot reader on YouTube, I would be like, oh my god. I'm just playing. I love watching other YouTubers. But it's not the way we do it here. Messages for Aries, June 2021. All right, Aries, let's see what we got going on over here. We're going to start with the Astro Soul Oracle deck. Trine. Ooh. There is some kind of, like, I don't know. There's, like, some kind of seamless flow of energy going on here. Let's see. Trine. Fluency, ease, talent, development, privilege, aptitude, self-comfort, temper, laziness, intelligence. Okay. So, all right, Aries. You have this natural ability to just like, oh my God, like bring things together, whether it's people or like, I don't know, you just have this like natural talent of being able to bring different elements of your life into like harmony, okay, into harmony. You might be like, what is she talking about? No way, okay? Because you're a fire sign, and you probably think that you're reckless and like all fire signs, you know. But you have this like you have this natural, uncanny kind of spark about you that where you kind of like that you show everybody, whether you're at work or you're with your friends or you know, you're out at a, I don't know, fitness center. Like, I don't know, like some kind of hobby. But there is a sense of harmony and balance that is taking place here. Now, I want to see in the current astrology if there actually is a trine. Okay, so a trine is when there are 3 planets in the same 3 planets that share 90 degree, I'm sorry, not 90 degree, 45, oh my God, my math right now. I got honors in English, not math. But, yeah, okay, so when there's 3 planets in the same element, so like one planet could be in Sagittarius, one planet can be in Leo, one planet can be in Aries, your sign, okay? So when these 3 planets, and they form kind of like this perfect triangle, and it's just like this seamless flow of energy. It's kind of like how all fire signs will get along. All earth signs will get along, you know, for the most part. All air signs, all water signs, you know what I'm saying? It's just because you're coming from the same element, so there's like a natural flow, okay? So, with that being said, you have Aries in your first house, okay? So your chart is actually, your house rulers are ruled by the element that they were originally ruled by, okay? So I'm sorry if that confused you and like you don't really like know that much about astrology, but like So Aries naturally already rules the first house. And because you're an Aries rising, everything in the chart is going to have its original ruler. Okay. So Aries will be in the first house, Taurus will be in the second, Gemini will be in the third, etc., etc. So this, oh my God, this is why you have that special talent and you probably don't even know it. And it just clicked to me that this is why I freaking love tarot and I love these freaking cards, because like, I swear to God, like I can pull this card 100 more times and I'll get a different message every time. So the special thing about you guys is you are the very first zodiac of the zodiacal wheel. Okay, you begin the cycle. You start the cycle. You're like, you know, your chart ruler is Mars. You're just like, let's go do this. Let's go get it. And your chart, your houses are ruled by the original rulers of the house. So you've got things original. You're like old school. So there is this natural ability in the way that you flow through life and through the seasons, through the year, through the months. That's kind of, I don't know, like I think there is a part of you where you can pick up on these energies. You can pick up on these Taurus vibes and these Gemini as the months go on. So when you're in Taurus season, when you're in Aries season, you've got that Aries vibe. When you're in Taurus season, you can kind of like pick up on that Taurus vibe. Like you can kind of pick up on the vibes of that month and that season. It's like, so this makes you, this kind of gives you kind of like a special little like oomph and a special little ability to kind of tune into your surroundings in a very unique way. And it kind of gives you an advantage to a degree, okay, over like some other zodiac signs. So that is really, really interesting and really important. So keep that in mind. I love that. I love that. I'm just trying to see if there really is if there's any planetary trines. But this is exactly what I was feeling with this card, fluency. Fluency. It's literally just like a fluid ability to just kind of like go with the flow and kind of just, so you can really use that to your advantage. Like if you're not able, I know Aries are known to be able to start projects, to start creative projects and not really finish them, to have these great ideas but not really follow through. You can use these energies and tune into these energies in these seasons to kind of like help you through whatever it is you're going through. Like in Aries season, you have an idea. In Taurus season, okay, let's figure out how to ground that idea into reality. Gemini season, okay, let's start talking about that idea. Cancer season, okay, let's spend some time with it a little bit more at home, alone. You know what I'm saying? And then so forth and so forth. So just kind of like depending on what the energy represents for that zodiac sign and that season, you can kind of like learn from that and really use that. So definitely keep that in mind. I don't notice right off the bat any specific planetary trines. So we are going to move on. Okay. Okay, let's see what the next card is. The 8th house. Ooh, the Scorpio house. Oh, now I'm excited. That was the last house I was picking at too, because I was like looking around and I'm like, oh, there's nothing in the 8th house. There's no action in the 5th house or the 8th house currently in astrology. So the 8th house, I transform. The natural ruler of the 8th house is Scorpio. And of course, the ruler of your 8th house is Scorpio. See, you see how the fluency is working? This is the house of life's enigmas, transformation, the hidden sexuality and death. Here is where we can see someone else's property and money, real estate, inheritance, and investments. We can also see our deepest unrevealed wishes as well as fears, occultism, and esotericism. Okay, so with this triangle, you probably have an inclination for the occult anyway. That is exactly what I'm getting with this. And the fact that there is like nothing going on astrologically at the moment in your 8th house, Is there any Scorpio energy coming up in June? Not at all. We just had a Scorpio moon, but it's currently in Sagittarius. Okay, so this really tells me that, like, there is something more, I transform, that you really want to embody. Okay. Maybe you think of yourself as an enigma. You might think of yourself as like confusing or some kind of enigma, you know, and maybe you like put yourself in a bit of a deep end sometimes, you know, and you don't really know how to get out of it. But you do get out of it. You don't stay there. So that's okay, because Scorpio energy is part of the process. Scorpio energy is a season and a zodiac sign in and of itself. So to understand that energy, to embody it, is to go into the deep end, is to contemplate those esoteric ideas and those occultish ideas, and to be a little bit more like, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? You know, and to contemplate the darker realities and death and like mysticism and esotericism and your fears. Maybe there's a part of yourself you haven't faced yet, okay? There could be a deeper part of yourself that you just haven't really like allowed yourself to fully uncover. Oh my God, I'm gonna burn my cards with my itty bitty little candle. And then we have the waxing gibbous. We just had a waxing gibbous. Right now we have a waning gibbous. The waxing gibbous comes right before the full moon, and it was in Scorpio. All right. All right. Let's take a look. Yeah, we just had a waxing gibbous in Scorpio. Alignment, refinement, nurture, patience, evolution. Okay, so maybe you just need to spend a little bit more time with this energy. This darker, more occultish type of energy. Maybe you just need to spend more time with it. Get comfortable with it. Sit with it for a little bit. You know what I mean? Let it be your friend. I'm going to pull out my handy little moon app. Because the waxing gibbous gives us specific dates, okay? And I'm gonna pull up a specific date for you in June, and we're gonna see what message we have for you. So the waxing gibbous is going to come after the new moon, right before the full moon, after the waxing crescent. Here we go. So the waxing gibbous is going to start June 18th. Alignment, refinement, nurture, patience, evolution. Okay. So write down June 18th, this date. We're going to see where you have Libra. Well, I don't even have to see where you have Libra in your chart, because we already know that Libra is in the 7th house. Okay, so this is going to be an important time for you to find balance and for you to really nurture this divine, like, this is all about you. This reading, these messages that are coming up are all about you and your inner self and your deeper self and your spiritual side, and how you really connect and relate with the world around you in a spiritual way, how you really see yourself in the midst of the things that go on around you. Because I really do think that you have a very special and unique place in the world and amongst everybody else. So this waxing gibbous is going to go from June 18th until the moon phases last a really long time. Like a few days. June 23rd in Sagittarius. Okay. June 18th to June 23rd, starting in Libra. All right. What? That's not what I pulled up. Here we are, Aries rising. Okay. Okay, so the quadrant, so this is really going to, there's something about the third quadrant. So the natal chart is broken up into so many different ways. It's broken up into the houses, the cardinal signs, the fixed signs, the mutable signs, the elements, and it's also broken up into quadrants. So I won't get into the details of what each quadrant means. The third quadrant, which is, so this waxing gibbous, which is going to start June 18th to June 24th, it's going to be in Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius as it moves through those days. And this represents the third quadrant of your natal chart. The third quadrant is how we, so this is the area, this is the general area of your life that I think needs a little bit more attention or reflection. So the 7th house represents personal relationships, like intimate relationships, partnerships. The 8th house is like deeper intimacy, okay? Other people's money, death, sex, rebirth, these deeper emotions. The 9th house is about higher learning, philosophy, belief, long distance travel. This is Sagittarius energy. And the third quadrant is like about our personal it's about our relationships with other people. How do I, yeah, it's more like deeper connections. You know, we have these, okay, we have these, acquaintances. We have social network connections. We have acquaintances. We have coworkers. But the third quadrant is more, it's more focused on the relationships that can transform us from inside. Okay? I hope that's making sense. And then the fourth quadrant is public. So to put it in perspective, the first quadrant is about you. Okay, the first house, second house, and third house, it's a little bit more about you and how, and your idea of your own ego and your own personality. And it's your public image. The second quadrant, the 4th, 5th, and 6th house, is more your inner world, at home, okay, your home life, your creativity, what you're doing in your daily life at home and how you're creating. And the third quadrant is the development of these interpersonal relationships. That is the best way to put it. So it's going to be important. So this is the energy that's coming up for you to understand better. Okay, they want you to nurture, have patience, and evolve through your interpersonal relationships, to evolve with them and through them, to allow them to teach you new things, maybe even travel with a friend somewhere, to discover your more intimate side, your deeper side, and how you communicate your deeper, more intimate side with others. Okay? It'll strengthen your bonds. It'll strengthen your relationships. Got that? That message was just whew, I needed to explain it, and I needed to just make sure that you guys understood. So I'm sorry if it took a while, but all right. So I hope you got that. And around that time in June, you're probably going to reflect on it now, but you might have an opportunity to really start to experience that towards the end of June. Okay, let's get into the Oracle, Creativity Oracle. Ooh, this is going to be a long one. Okay, let's get into the Oracle and Tarot. We have distractions. When you are trying to solve a problem, you will often be tested by distractions. Okay, what problem are you trying to solve? Okay, so you probably do get distracted easily. I can totally see you guys get distracted easily because you do tune into energies, because you do kind of like vibe. You guys just vibe. You vibe off of like different energies and the energies in the room. And you probably do get distracted easily, and that could be why when you start projects, it's hard for you to finish projects. When you are trying to solve a problem, you will often be tested by distractions. These distractions will test you to see how much you really want the things that you really want. Procrastination, stop focusing on your problems and excuses. Take a small step and do something constructive. Okay. So even with everything that I just told you, there's a reason why I think you really need to hear this message. Maybe you're feeling, are you feeling like down on yourself? Like, have you been feeling a little low lately? Is that why this 8th house energy is coming up right now? There's nothing going on in astrology in the 8th house. It's empty. Maybe you're feeling a little empty. You're not really getting the positive reinforcement that you need. But even when I'm sitting here telling you what makes you guys unique, I think that you're still like, you stop focusing on your problems and excuses. You're still like finding things to distract you from what's going on. Details, examine your situation and take care of every detail one step at a time. Okay. So I don't know, like I'm getting the feeling that you're, I don't know, like you're putting your, I don't even know if you really are going, I feel like you're going through some kind of ego death or something, because I'm getting this feeling like you're not going through a situation pertaining to life. Like, of course it's pertaining to life, and we could of course make the argument that like the energy that you exude is part of the energy of your environment, but what I'm going to say is that it's still coming from you. So maybe you don't know how to differentiate your own energy and what is coming out of you with the energy that is going on around you. You could be an empath. You could feel very strongly connected spiritually, creatively to energy that is around you. So this is really interesting. So it's almost like the personal issues that you go through within yourself in regards to your own identity, your own ego, and your own sense of self is very much connected to other energies around you, okay? So getting into tarot, we have the 10 of Pentacles, Mercury in Virgo, the Lovers, Gemini. Woo. Okay, it's like a really good friend. Queen of Cups, Cancer. All right. I mean, the way that this tarot is coming out is like you've got it. I feel like you've got it all. So whatever problems you're going through, they're like you're creating them. I feel like you might be creating problems for yourself, but you're a fire sign, so it's kind of like, you know, I understand. I mean, 10 of Pentacles is just success. It's success, money. It's like you have a career, you know, you've got it all. You've got everything you need. You've got it all. Maybe for some of you, this is what you're trying to get to, and you keep coming across distractions, and you keep procrastinating because you're being like you're easily distracted by energy. Okay, you get easily distracted by energy around you because you're easily stimulated, and that totally makes sense, you know, being a fire sign. So if you are in a relationship, maybe you're worrying a little bit about your lover and if you're going to be able to like step up. or you're worried that you won't find a partner. Maybe you want a partner and you don't have one. Of course, like, you know, I'm aware that I'm talking to different people. So some of you might be in relationships, some of you might not. You know, either way, whatever kind of connection you could be involved in, there's definitely love there with this Queen of Cups energy, this Cancer energy. Mars is currently in Cancer. If there is somebody you're interested in and you're not in a relationship, this is telling me that you need to go for it, because Mars is currently in Cancer. We have the Queen of Cups over here, and I think that there's something about this person that brings you a sense of home. You know, they make you feel at home. They bring you a sense of comfort, and just like they make you feel, I don't know, some peace, you know. All right. For those who are already in a committed relationship and living with their partner, you guys are like, I think that the love between you is great. Okay. You have enough passion and love between the two of you. And it's maybe the money that's suffering a little bit, you know, like, it's like, because you have love, it can make you a little lazy in reference to like going after some idea that you have, or getting the job you want, with that procrastination and distractions, you know, coming up. And that's something that can happen very easily, you know, like once you have love in your life and you have that person that you just enjoy being with, their passion is there, you've got the sex, you've got all the good stuff. It's like, who needs money? But then you're like, fuck, we need money, right? And, you know, when you have that love, it's really easy to just kind of get lazy. So I kind of feel like the advice for you guys is to find something to team up with your partnership, and to really find something that gets both of your creative juices flowing, and go after that fucking 10 of Pentacles. Go after it together, because you're going to fuse and fuel each other's passion to get to the life that you want to get to, so you can go live in La La Land and be in love and go like travel to some island, you know. So you could be like, okay, we can go do this, we can go do that, we can go do that. All right, Aries, I hope this reading helped. I like forgot what I was doing for a second. Get lost in the moment. Okay, so I hope this reading helped. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like, post a comment, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully.